Hello, welcome to Dragonfable's Pet Guide. This guide will be split into 7 sections: healing, stuns, dots, hit count, damage, debuffs, and buffs. In general, all pets are power-crept by a well-fed pet dragon. Pet dragon has the best defenses, debuffs, utility, and damage once fed. The main stat, charisma, improves all pet-based damage by 1 every 10 points, and for some, it'll boost the strength of the ability as well. The main selling point for pet dragon is decreasing cooldowns by 1 every 50 points, down to a maximum of 4 turns of cooldown reduction. Starting with healing pets. Twilly can be found at the stump in the center of Falcon Reach. Twilly has a 30% chance to heal the player for 8% of their max HP. Another thing to note is that Twilly has higher than normal bonus. Twilly has 110 base bonus, which is only matched by 200 magic dragon with beam. An important thing to note is that Twilly is a temporary pet and cannot be resummoned until you talk to Twilly again in Falcon Reach if you choose to equip another pet. Cheshire Twilly. Cheshire Twilly can be obtained from the quest Queen of Tarts, which is given by Ash in Book 1 Falcon Reach. Cheshire Twilly has a 10 to 15% chance to heal the player for 10% of their max HP every turn. Bonehead. This pet is a rare drop from the quest Boneheaded Brawl. With a 1 in 500 drop chance, its main selling point is its 30% chance to heal the player for 5% max HP, with the additional effect of blinding the enemy for native 10 bonus. Goldfish Knight, the last notable healing pet. Goldfish Knight can be obtained from the quest Efficient Housework from Verley's questline in Book 3 Amity Vale. Goldfish Knight is the best MP healing pet in the game. Every 4 turns it'll heal the player's MP by the pet's level times the player's charisma stat over 200. Stuns. This category of pets are useful in situations where you don't have access or you don't want to use Dragon Stun. Mewphant. This pet can be obtained from the quest Efficient Housework from Verley's questline in Book 3 Amity Vale. Mewphant will use its stun ability on the 6th turn of battle, then every 21 turns after that. Mr. Poofles. A clone of the now rare Mr. Mangles can be obtained from the quest The Cat Who Walks Through Dimensions from Lim's questline, The Clashing. This pet has a 2% chance to stun the enemy every turn. This is useful when you don't want to use Dragon Fumes or if Dragon Fumes is already on cooldown. Snuggles. This pet can be obtained in Cesaro's rare pet shop. This pet has an unknown chance to stun and is used in the same scenarios as Mr. Poofles. Hitcount Pets, the largest category of pets. These pets are niche in that their only selling point are their hit count. Certain bosses require the player to hit the enemy with a certain number of hits, or even with a specific element. The first on this list is Fire Imp and Fire Imp. These 2 pets can be obtained anytime from Book 2 Rift Wars Footwave Chest. Next is an upgrade called Undead Chickencow. It can be obtained from the quest Zerbified in Chapter 6 Mogloween. Undead Chickencow has a 45% chance to hit for 5 times, and a 55% chance to hit for 1 time, for an average of about 2.5 fire hits per turn. Chompers to Piranha. Chompers can be obtained from the pet store at the Water Warp. Chompers is widely used in the challenge Reclamation and Retribution for its consistent water hit count to cool Draconan's armor in 2 turns. It also has 65 base bonus, which is much higher than average. Next, we have Palachilly and Necsnowmancer, who can be obtained in Chapter 11 of Frostball. These 2 pets have the highest average hit count of 7, and have the secondary ability to heal the player for 5% of their max HP. This second ability makes them less consistent than the next pet on this list. Miniphage. Miniphage can be obtained from the quest Dark Devices in the Doran Saga from Book 3 Ash. With a consistent 6 hit count, the player can break Katir skills with only 3 of their own hits. Miniphage also has a small bonus of being able to restore a small amount of player MP. To end this section off, here's some DC or rare pets that haven't seen usage yet. These pets are Chocolate Bunny, Fierce Death Arrows, Fierce Alpha, and Fierce Brave Sorobin. Chocolate Bunny is rare and serves the purpose of nature hit count. Death Arrows for darkness hit count, Alpha for stone hit count, and Brave Sorobin for silver hit count. For the most power-crept section, the damage pets. These pets all become next to worthless compared to a 600-point dragon. They are however minorly useful if you find yourself with a 200-point dragon or less, or in some niche scenarios. Maybe Chimera. This pet serves the dual purpose of dealing damage greater than an unfed dragon, and providing defenses with its 3-turn BPD shield that scales off player level and charisma stat. Its defenses remain niche even with a fully fed dragon. Its ability is used on the first turn of battle, then every 16 turns after. Sweet Capustak. This pet can outdamage a 600-point dragon, although on average it will not. It scales off players' missing HP and charisma stat. It can be obtained from the quest Stew It Yourself from Chapter 15 Thanks Taking. Extra Fluffy Tog. Obtained from the Inn at the Edge of Time. This pet can be useful if you're not at max HP, need neutral element, and cannot equip Pet Dragon. This pet requires charisma investment for increased chance to use its most powerful attack. Figmini, also obtained from the Inn at the Edge of Time. This pet is significantly easier to obtain and is far more useful. Used primarily when the player cannot equip Pet Dragon for damage, it is useful for the challenge, The Balance We Make. Because of Notha's mechanic of alternating between good and evil weakness and healing off the other, Figmini allows your pet to do damage, whereas otherwise Pet Dragon cannot do damage outside of Dragon Nova. Debuffs. This group of pets focuses on debuffing the enemy, and is used in rare but realistic situations. The first pet, Hacked Magi Drone, is obtained from the Inn at the Edge of Time. Its debuff, Positive Health Resistance, is rare and often sought after by various classes. Its health resistance debuff scales off player charisma stat. Stand the ScanOrb. This pet inflicts a negative 15 auras debuff, or plus a negative 15 health res buff on the enemy or player respectively, depending on the player's health percentage. When the player's HP is above 50%, the orb will inflict the negative auras debuff. But when the player's HP is below 50%, it will instead apply the negative health res buff. It is important to note that the negative auras debuff is now accompanied by an equal positive health resistance. This will in turn make the enemy's healing stronger. The next 3 pets, Coaleptimini, Grenwog Jr, and Overclocked Rummage, focuses on the ability to blind the enemy. Coaleptimini applies the strongest native bonus debuff of the 3. It applies it for 2 turns and it scales off player charisma and level. It first uses its ability on the 5th turn of battle, then every 16 turns after that. Grenwog Jr. Similar to Coaleptimini, it applies its blind on a rotation starting on the 6th turn of battle, then every 11th turn after. The blind scales only off player charisma, and its duration is only 1. However, it makes up for this with its much lower cooldown. Overclocked Rummage. This pet has a 20% chance to inflict native 30 bonus for 1 turn. Its main niche is when you need continuous native bonus on the enemy, whereas other pets cannot keep up a permanent blind. The last of the debuff pets is Emperor Linus. This pet can be upgraded from the base Linus using Shrink Rays that you can buy or farm. The quests that drop Shrink Rays have an extremely low drop rate. Linus's gimmick is shrinking the enemy, which reduces their max HP by 10% and also lowers their current HP to match that percentage. This ability's chance to prop scales with the player's luck stat. Buff Pets. These pets serve the niche of providing different buffs from what Pet Dragon can provide, or for supplementing dragon buffs. The first of the buff pets, Shining Fireflies, can be obtained from Nightera's quest, The Test. This pet applies a negative 20 health res buff unconditionally. This makes it better than Stand if you want to maximize healing, but is overall worse than Pet Dragon or Stand for consistency. The next few are crit buffing pets, the most notable of which is Plushie Escherion. This pet is a rare Hero Mart exclusive pet that buffs the player's crit by 60 and will reapply it when it wears off. The next is Party Tog. Party Tog is a strictly weaker version of Plushie Escherion, which you can acquire from the quest Tog's Day from Book 3 Ash. The main difference between Escherion and Party Tog is that Party Tog's buff scales off player charisma and isn't flat. The last of the useful crit pets is Minivolt. Minivolt is a rare special offer pet. It is strictly worse than Escherion, and conditionally better than Party Tog when the player's charisma set is low. It is on a 20% proc chance. And that's it for this pet guide. For more detailed information on the pets, check the Forumpedia.